Hey, soul survivors, we're going to talk about 6 steps to heal from a broken heart, and this should be helpful. So, we often feel like we're weathering the storm, trying to get back to normal, trying to see sunny days ahead. So, it happens to most of us at least once during our lives. What seemed to be so wonderful at the start of a relationship, that amazing feeling of being in love, suddenly comes to an end. Our loved one leaves us one way or another, and when we are left with the pieces, we're feeling brokenhearted. Humans bond deeply to one another, and when these deep attachments are broken, we suffer. So, with the narcissist, we have to realize that the bond was never a true bond. So, if we're longing to get back to that, we're longing to get back to a falsehood. So, this is meant to help a broken heart, whether you've dealt with a narcissist or not. But we often feel betrayed, depressed, hopeless, furious, deeply saddened. We become anxious about the future and we're in pain. So, these 6 steps are a guide for you. It's not a miracle cure. So, if you're still struggling after this video, I have some other videos that may help. Um, and there's different kinds of advice on sex, sexuality, relationships. I'm starting a new channel that is going to deal with relationships, but this is how to deal with a broken heart. So, first step we have to do is we have to acknowledge that it's over. However, the things ended between you and your lover, you need to acknowledge that for now at least. Things are over between you. You may not want to give up hope and hold on to the thought that they might return one day, but right now we have to accept what is. Right now, you will need to be facing life without that person day by day. Acceptance of loss is one of the first steps to grieving, any grieving. Um, the first step on moving forward. So there's 5 stages of grief. And once you get to the acceptance stage, it becomes easier. So allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. There can be loss, rage, hurt, sadness, sometimes even a feeling of nothingness. And that's part of the grieving process. But keep your thinking clear. They're gone, and you need to live your life. We often get stuck and we're missing out on our lives. We can't keep doing that. So live your life one day at a time without them. If you still have hopes that they may come back, we just have to get back on our feet anyways to be the person that is healthy enough to be in a relationship that can set the boundaries that we need to. So the second step is acknowledge your emotions. A broken heart is painful. We often experience a whole range of unpleasant emotions from grief, betrayal, hurt, disappointment, hopelessness, and even despair. Some people go numb, and these are just normal feelings. You can become listless rather than very emotional and feel deadened and lifeless. We all go through these emotions differently. Whatever you are feeling, let yourself feel it so you can address them. See whether you can name what you are feeling at different points in time and explain it to yourself why you are feeling that way. Psychologists call this skill mentalizing, and it's about creating meaning out of the storm inside. Ultimately, that will help you process the feelings and move on. You can also journal, write down your thoughts and feelings, or find some other means of expressing yourself. It's really important to get the feelings out, to bring them to the surface, to acknowledge them and talk to people about how you're doing. You can do that with friends and families, members. If you've dealt with a narcissist, though, be aware that not everybody's going to understand what abuse from a narcissist is like. So, these YouTube channels are great where people can validate what you went through. And if there isn't anybody in your life to whom you can do this with, you can find some self-help groups on the internet, such as my channel or others. Feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell for our live chat updates, also when new videos are out. But be patient with yourself and give yourself time. Look at yourself to the best of your ability by eating well, exercising, and being around other people. And that helps get rid of the loneliness feelings when we're around other people. If you feel an overload of emotions, make sure you release that emotional energy. It's okay to cry. It's okay to sob or shout. Even movement can be helpful. You can go on a long walk. And if you tend to feel nothing, make some time and space to just grieve and don't feel scared about those feelings. Those are normal. So, the third, live your life day by day. Don't get lost in the bigger picture or get scared by all the long and possibly lonely days ahead. It's a part of the journey. Just deal with this one day today to the best of your abilities. So, in the end, we can only live each day in here and now. And we have to get out of the past because we're missing out on today, which leads us into the future. It often helps people to really focus their attention on what is around them right now and what their task is. And by living in the moment, whatever it is you're doing, fully do it. If today is a day you're going to go um, to the restaurant with your niece, spend that time without being distracted so you can get the full experience of it and it deepens the bonds. So it will ground you and anchor you in the now. It'll start pulling you away from the past. It will help you survive bad times because there is proof every single moment that you are surviving. Just stamp your feet and feel the ground beneath you if you don't believe me. There's also a good technique to slow life down and be present with yourself and your feelings. There's a good chance that as you truly attend to what is around you right here, right now, you can reconnect again with the miracle that is being alive. You'll start to feel alive. No matter how painful it may feel at any given point, it's bringing you closer to healing. The fourth is to remember back to your life before your lover. It might seem like a mystery to how you even managed without them before you met them, but it's obvious that you did. You did live your own life without even knowing that they even existed. So you did what you did. You had dreams, hopes, plans for the future, possibly friends, family, maybe a job, many other things in your life that had nothing to do with your lover. So it's important that you find who you are again on your own without your lover so you can feel okay about being separated from them and being a person in your own right. That's when you're going to start to feel whole again. Going back to your older self, your dreams, hopes, and desires can help you separate psychologically. The fifth, work at having a good life. Building up a good life takes effort. It's not going to just happen. We have to go create it basically. The end of a relationship might also seem like the end of going to specific places we enjoyed visiting together, letting go of friends or activities that you shared. So all this can be a painful process. You can still build your life to a richer level than it was before. Of course, this new life won't just appear out of nowhere. You have to put the effort in and the time into creating it. You may also need to take risks, put yourself into new situations so that you can make new friends. It's important that you move out of your old habits and comfort zone. It's a new creation of you. If you were to move to a new city or a new country, you'd also have to put an effort to create a new place for yourself. You have to become familiar with a new neighborhood, find new friends, invest in new activities. Losing your lover might also create a window of opportunity for you, something you may never have even imagined. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. You could finally start that course or activity that you always wanted to do, but never had time for it. Or take a holiday, visit friends that your lover wasn't cool about you seeing, so you can reconnect with people. This is your time again. You're single and you don't need to live with all those compromises anymore. You can experience life that you weren't able to before or didn't allow yourself to. So, number six, have some hope. One of the persisting human myths is the idea that there is only one single person who is right for us. The narcissist also loves to tell us that we're their soulmate, but there are people that are willing to love you the right way. And there will be connections, but you have to make those connections, and who we need to be with for the rest of our lives. So the idea first originated in Greek philosophy and is about 3,000 years old. Humanity has moved on a bit since then, and we have much more opportunities to meet new people, fall in love again than the people did in ancient Greece. Imagine all the amazing lovers you might have missed out on if your relationship had continued until the end of your life. Most people might meet others at different times in their lives with whom they could potentially be very happy. Of course, each relationship is unique, but while you could be happy with person A living in city X, having one type of life, you could also be very happy with living with person B living in city Y. So having a very different life, doing different things. Even though your life won't be the same with a different person, it's very likely that you can be very happy in a different way with somebody else. Who knows? Maybe another amazing, lovely person is just around the corner. So you won't get to see them until you take those steps to go around that corner and experience your life. So we're weathering the storm, easier said than done, but there are steps. And if we change our perception, instead of being sad about the past and excited about this adventure we're going to go on, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to weather that storm and see what's at the other side of that rainbow pot of gold. Please like and subscribe. One-on-ones are available. Topic requests are always welcome. See you soon.